Hi, welcome to One Word Today. I'm Sophie, a pilot into the University of Chinese. We're going to continue our special program in July. Welcome to day 3. We are going to unpack this very good meaning of like everybody. I would say most of people, humans, contemporary workers, would appreciate more 闲, which means idle time. Let's see what's considered as idle in ancient Chinese. Okay, so this is contemporary how it's look, 闲, and this is ancient version of it. You see the tree, it draws concave, convex with a vertical line. It's so elegant, right? And that's our tree symbol. And then this is a door frame, the door. Okay, both of them are visual representations of physical world. And the tree, I have been arguing that this tree, the bottom arch means a spacer. It means from the canopy of the tree to the ground of the root, like above the ground, lowest level, there is a big space there. And I argue this arch is actually an indicator to emphasize that there is a huge, long trunk. That's what distinguishes it as a tree from grass, right? But okay, let's see the ancient, the very beginning of the journey of the tree character looks like this, a lot different in proportion in where this thing is placed. Not only it's not an arch, it's a pretty spiky structure, but also this placed at the very end, at the bottom of it. And then that's obvious, like visually, this means the root, and this is the branches. And over time, eventually, like visually more balanced, it becomes like this. But of course, it's not representing reality as good as the original one. It become like, hey, how come the tree have the root this long and the trunk this short? It's not proportional to the real thing. But now we see the original, we see, oh, okay, indeed, it is the root. And of course, I guess that makes sense too. For a tree to grow tall, it has to have even a deeper root underground. The unseen portion by humans, like we, the layperson, like if we are not studying tree, we probably hardly notice the existence of the root, but it's what actually defines a tree because it has deep and even deeper roots. So in that sense, the bottom bigger arch makes sense because it shows it's not exactly a mirror image. Actually, the bottom, the root part, it goes even deeper than what's visible part to the observers like us, right? Anyways, that's our tree symbol. And the door, simply because this is a 2-panel door. And in ancient times, when door is the first impression of for your visitors, right? So for the vanity purpose, if the households of that door owners want to look good, they will put decorations on the eye level of the visitors. Therefore, the top portion of the door are more like a decorative, right? But you can see the door frame looks like that. Now, what does it mean in combination? So we have a tree underneath a door. Doesn't make sense, right? It took me quite a while until one day, eureka, I figured out, okay, this is the viewpoint of somebody who's staying indoor, seeing through the door that the tree is outside the door. So this is a very indirect way to show whoever is viewing this character actually is spending time indoor. And in ancient times, agrarian society, if you're indoor, you're not out there farming, then you're taking leisure time. Then you are considered idle for that time, for whatever reasons. And this is how idle was defined back then. That means indoor time. It's not working time. So apparently ancient times, outdoor time is working time. Okay, so we see contemporary. Idle is the first one, and let's see, 闲空means empty. So basically doing nothing time. I mean, isn't that a leisure when we do nothing? And then not busy. 闲 means your schedule is not fully packed. You have gaps in between. You can, have the liberty to do whatever, to however squander your time. Okay, and then a noun, as a noun, we have 闲暇, means leisure time, it's non-working time. Interstice. Okay, this is something new to me. Like I didn't even realize that 闲 can mean something in between. And now looking at the structure, it kind of makes sense because the door frame is a two-panel door. Two-panel door means there's a gap in between the two panels, right? It's openable. So because of there is a door over there, therefore this is 闲 could in ancient times have a double role. Not only means it's not working indoor, but also it means something related to the gap in between the doors, simply because it has a door in there and you can even visibly see a tree through the door. That means a gap in there. So all this enclosure, two spellings, interstice, they're all related to this door opening, and you can see a tree through the door image. And then stay idle, be unoccupied, separate. So separate is related to that. So basically, even if it's in contemporary English, we can have multiple ways to translate it, and even have different, I don't know what's it called, adjective, noun, and verb, like different roles in language, in English. But the origin of this character simply means idle, simply like indoor time, you're not working. And then it can be extended, paired with other words to create so many different meanings. And even in English, we can just separate it into two camps. One is about gapping, right? One is about gapping in time. You're not doing anything, right? Okay, so 闲 idle, I define it as indoor time because that's a deduction from, you can see the tree through the door. That means you're indoor. So that's the time, that segment of your life that regarded as idle in the past. But I put it here, lifeguard. Obviously, this is a beach picture. This is a contemporary living thing, that idle is defined by outdoor time, because when we're indoor, we're actually working. We're working from home even. And then the opposite of the ancient times. If you're indoor ancient times, you're not working on a farm, because I guess back then 95% of the population are farmers or farmers' households. So expectation is consider working time as outdoor time. And so it's a total flip with our contemporary living. So I hope everybody have more idle time in their life and enjoy summer. All right, catching into the currency of thinking by one language, Sophie Sienna.